Well, welcome back. Businesses across the country being hit hard by the supply chain crisis, particularly small business. As the holidays approach, e-commerce giant Amazon says that it's prepared for the rush of upcoming orders. Despite the shipping delays and the shortage of products, the company says it's doubled its cargo container processing capacity. It's increased its ports of entry across the network by 50%. But for struggling small businesses with no ability to do that, those grand changes are not even an option. Joining me right now is Pennsylvania Congressman Dan Meuser. He is a member of the Small Business and Foreign Affairs Committees. And Congressman, it's always good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. You're urging Americans to shop at local and small businesses this holiday season. But what are you hearing from small business in the middle of all of this, with 160 ships still idle in the Pacific right now?
Yeah, Maria, people are very unhappy. They're literally pulling their hair out, meaning small businesses. The shortages in supply, the unreliability of deliveries, the workforce issues, costs are going up due to inflation and rising prices due to such shortages. So, most of the time they say to me, and over this past weekend, is ask government to stop meddling. Government is not the solution to our problems. Government is the problem. Tell them to stop spending, and please don't tax the producers, don't tax the private sector, which would further minimize our ability to provide the supply side of that very important balance.
Yeah. Well, look, we know that the economy has slowed down quite a bit. Estimates have come way down, and they are considering taxing. This is how the Democrats want to pay for this spend package. We spoke with Senator Bill Hagerty from Tennessee on Sunday Morning Futures, and here is how he recapped the conversations and negotiations going on right now. Take a listen.
They're putting an immense amount of pressure on my colleagues in the Senate to get this passed. Again, my Democrat colleagues in the Senate. The Republicans are involved in no way in this negotiation. This is all a circular firing squad that's happening on the Democrat side. And if it were indeed true what Joe Biden says, that this costs nothing, then why is it so hard to negotiate? This is going to be a massive increase in taxes on the American economy. And we've already seen the inflationary impacts of it.
So, Congressman, what about that? I mean, will a wealth tax, this billionaire's tax on, taxing unrealized gains be enough? Does that warrant enough money to pay for the $2 trillion in spending?
No, it doesn't. We're seeing all kinds of inflation. We're seeing all kinds of debt. If it actually costs nothing, why do we have to raise the debt ceiling $5-6 trillion? So everything that they say contradicts itself. We've got to just, again, stop the spending, allow the economy to settle down. Our ports are working on getting more competitive. That's very important. And certainly the American people, as we started with this, need to buy American. This White House, remember that Seinfeld episode with George Costanza when he started doing everything opposite? Well, that's what this White House should do.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it would be funny if it weren't so dangerous. I see that the Afghanistan issue is now off of the front pages. The White House rolled out a new program to help resettle Afghan refugees yesterday. Working along with a nonprofit, private citizens will be able to sponsor the refugees and help with access to things like housing, food, and clothing. The White House is saying that they want to resettle 95,000 refugees in the U.S. by September 2022, Congressman. And yet we're not talking about hundreds of people still behind enemy lines in Afghanistan, Americans left behind still?
That's right. Look, it's one crisis after another. Look, if your house has nothing but self-inflicted crises, and then a real problem comes along, as we have, again, created by this administration, it's very difficult to deal with. So now, the thing they do is they blame the Trump administration. They're asking volunteers to put out all kinds of dollars. The vetting system is questionable. And meanwhile, we already allocated $6 billion for the Afghanistani refugees. Again, no sense being made. American people got to just weigh in and tell the Biden and the D's to stop and, frankly, vote Republican.
Congressman, it's good to see you this morning. Thanks so much. We'll be watching all of that.
You're the best, Maria. Thank you.
Dan Meuser in Washington. Okay, good to see you. And then there's China. We'll talk about that with General Jack Keane when we come right back.